still full of judges appointed by Mubarak from derailing a constitution vital to Egypt's political transition.
الوطني الجاد.
But high-profile opposition leader Mohammed al-Baradei and his party holds Morsi and his government completely responsible for the violence. The former chief of the UN's nuclear watchdog criticized the president for not protecting the people. Al-Baradei called Morsi's constitution unacceptable. The protests against the government have spread to other cities across Egypt. Offices of Morsi's Muslim Brotherhood in Suez were torched. There were similar scenes in Ismailia, where anti-government demonstrators made it clear that they want Morsi to withdraw the draft constitution. The opposition says it's ready for dialogue if Morsi scraps the decree, but he's still showing no signs of buckling under pressure.
U.S. President Barack Obama has been ranked as the world's most powerful man by Forbes magazine. China's two leaders in waiting have joined the list. Here's Hailing Chan.
Barack Obama is on top of the world, in the rankings of powerful people, that is. The U.S. president heads Forbes' list of 71 people who, according to the magazine, matter the most among the 7.1 billion people on the planet. This is the second year in a row that Obama has come in first. Although Forbes readily admits that it's subjective, the rankings are based on four things: power over large numbers of people, control over financial and other valuable resources, influence in multiple spheres, and active use of power. The world's second most powerful person also happens to be the most influential woman, German Chancellor Angela Merkel. She's runner-up for being the backbone of the European Union, and she carries the fate of the euro on her shoulders. Next on the list is Russian President Vladimir Putin, who was elected in March after a stint as premier to control the nuclear-armed country for a third term, and who constantly exercises his power to jail anti-government activists. So with the top three spots all taken by politicians, who's left? Well, Microsoft founder Bill Gates is fourth, while Pope Benedict comes in fifth. What's also interesting is who's not on the list. Chinese President Hu Jintao was last year's runner-up. He's now been taken off the rankings completely, as he's leaving office next year. Instead, his successor Xi Jinping is ninth, and Li Keqiang is 13th, ahead of becoming China's premier in March. Hong Kong tycoon Li Ka-shing is a regular in the rankings. He's the world's 31st most powerful person this year. At 84 years old, he's also one of the oldest on the list. But age is no barrier. Coming in at 25th is social networking website Facebook's founder, Mark Zuckerberg. At only 29 years old, he's dropped significantly in the power standings from last year's top 10 ranking. Some of this year's most influential people have raised eyebrows, too. What about the world's most powerful drug trafficker, Joaquin Guzman Loera, for the illegal narcotics he imported into the U.S. from Mexico every year? Or North Korea's pudgy-faced leader Kim Jong-un, who made the list for running a country pursuing a nuclear program while his people starved?
The music world and fans have been paying tribute to American jazz legend David Brubeck, who died at the age of 91. He was a towering figure in modern jazz and inspired a generation of musicians.
This is the Dave Brubeck Quartet performing the signature tune Take 5 in Belgium in 1964. Today, a wreath was placed over his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Brubeck died of heart failure yesterday in Connecticut, one day before his 92nd birthday.
Well, he played with all the greats, and he was fabulous, and a lot of people loved him, so it's very unfortunate that he's passed away, because he was a big contributor to modern jazz.
Brubeck was sent to France as an army rifleman during the Second World War, but after a colonel heard him play the piano, the young soldier was assigned to a band to entertain the troops. There was no looking back as the gifted musician went on to compose 250 tunes and experiment with harmonies as he performed with some of the biggest names in the world of jazz. 3 years ago, he had some advice for aspiring musicians.
The old gag is, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice. The same thing goes for jazz, that you have to love it and really work, and then your life will be fulfilled because of the commitment.
He's part of jazz lore. He's probably one of the better known of jazz players going back through, the classic era of the 50s, 60s. So Take 5, obviously. But
Ironically, that famous tune wasn't composed by Brubeck, but the well-known melody has always been linked to him.
One lucky winner took the top prize of $64.5 million in tonight's Mark 6 draw. The winning numbers 1, 6, 38, 41, 43, 45. The extra number is 48. The weather forecast for the next few days: cloudy and cool in the morning tomorrow, becoming fine in the afternoon. Temperatures will range between 17 and 20 degrees. Mainly fine on Saturday, sunny periods on Sunday and next week. Here's a look at the weather around the world. I'll be back with finance news after the break. Stay with us.
Coming up, financial update.
Miss Asia, j'adore. The 2012 ATV Miss Asia pageant. The Greater China Final Top 20 contestants. Number 6, Cherry Chan. Number 7, Jessica Lynn McKenzie. Number 8, Crystal Yang. Number 9, Cookies Yap. Number 10, Mindy Sue. The timeless legend, the 2012 ATV Miss Asia pageant.
Reports from the heart of Berlin. Take a closer look at the development in one of the most powerful countries in Europe. How much do you know about Germany? People and politics. What happens now could be prevented in the future. What was impossible yesterday might become possible tomorrow. Let's find out how science makes our world a better place. Tomorrow Today. Saturday night at 7. The world around us is changing, and so is the climate.
These storms are going to get more intense.
What nurtures us can also destroy us. If we don't stop now. Documentary World, Climate in Crisis. Sunday night at 9.
Love our world, love our children. Our children have the right to life. They can also develop their personalities and talents. They have the right to be protected from harmful influences and discrimination, and the right to express their views on matters of concern to them. Love our children. Respect children's rights.
Local whose stocks fell from yesterday's high to close 0.1% down today. The Hang Seng Index slipped 21 points to end at 22,249. Turnover was $62 billion. Banking giant HSBC fell 0.5% on reports that it may have to pay a fine of $1.8 billion to American regulators as part of a settlement for breaching money laundering controls. Let's take a look at markets overseas, starting in the US. The Dow Jones is down 26 points. In Europe, the London FTSE is up 10 points, the Frankfurt DAX is up 66 points, the Paris CAC is up 5 points. US dollar cross rates, the euro 1.29, pound is 1.6, is 82.35 Japanese yen against the US dollar. That's the news for now. Thanks for watching ATV. I'm Edna Tse. Good night.
Coming up. From the best-selling American author of more than 50 books, Dr. Stanley has spread his messages across many countries to heal people's souls. Learn to control your life. Don't be afraid. In Touch with Dr. Charles Stanley. Every Sunday afternoon at 2.
Hi, I'm Joe C, and this is Mom's Cooking. Today, we'll meet Crystal, surprise her mom Kim.
Oh my God! I'm just speechless.
And learn how to make some family-style comfort food. Oh. We're talking the juicy pot roast, creamy mac and cheese, and the deliciously sweet peach cobbler, baby. Let's get cooking. Today, we're in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm looking for people to tell me about their mom's cooking. What is your favorite dish your mom makes?
Her chicken cacciatore. My favorite dish is gumbo.
Squash casserole.
Broccoli cheese rice casserole.
Your mom makes a good
spaghetti.
Butter chicken.
Chicken casserole.
Lasagna.
Lasagna!
Yeah.
Today we'll meet Crystal, a recent college grad ready for some cooking independence.
I don't cook at all. I usually do fast food or takeout. I'm in a full-time position right now. I feel more like an adult. It's about time for me to learn an actual meal and something I can call my own.
What meal do you want to learn how to make today?
My mom makes the best pot roast, macaroni and cheese, and peach cobbler. So that's what I want to learn from my mom. Growing up, my mom worked harder than 3 moms and 3 dads put together. She raised 4 kids, and she was a single mom, working in a steel mill and still providing for us. But no matter what, we still had a hot meal. Somehow, she found the strength to do that for us. We were so busy growing up, but when it came down and we ate together, it was family. So in my mind, this meal means family, and that warm feeling, laughing, talking, cracking jokes at each other. It's meals made from the heart.
So we have a surprise in store for her mom. Crystal and I are hanging out right in front of her mom's house, and we're about to surprise her. Crystal, what does your mom think right now is going on?
She thinks that we're just gonna have a girls' day out, we're gonna grab a bite to eat and go shopping afterwards.
So let's call her up.
Okay.
And let's do our thing.
Let's do it.